We are here today with Andrea Fulton. Andrea, welcome back to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited.
Andrea is a solo ad expert. Last time I did an interview with you, the numbers that you were telling me were pretty staggering. That you were making the money you were making selling solo ads. Remind me, how much are you making a week selling solo ads now?
A lot. It's like, it varies. It can be anywhere from, 10K a week to more. I mean, I'm bringing in 20 to 40K a month, if not more, easy on traffic. Everybody needs traffic.
And
So
and how big is your email list?
I have 400,000 plus subscribers, and I'm bringing in about, between 2,500 and 3,000 new people a day onto
Okay.
the list.
So you're I just want to establish the fact, everyone, this isn't a person that's gone out there and just started out with solo ads and has built a small list and is now coming in and pretending to be an expert. You are an expert. You've been doing this for a while now, and you do have a large email list. Now, Andrea, one thing I want to talk about today, and it's the elephant in the room when it comes to solo ads, is exactly if they are good or not, if they work, if they're a scam. Before we get into that, for people that might not know exactly what a solo ad is, really quickly, what's a solo ad?
A solo ad is where you purchase traffic from a vendor who has an email list, and they will send your offer out to their targeted list. So, preferably a squeeze page, and it will help you get leads and signups that you can market to in the future.
And is this traffic that people are buying from solo ad sellers? Is it junk traffic? Why do solo ads in general have such a bad reputation?
There is, as with everything, there is people over the years that have found a way to kind of cut corners and try to, make the quick buck. And unfortunately, that's why solo ads have a bad rap. I mean, solo ads, the whole purpose of solo ads is to, as the seller, you build your list, a good list, not just, hey, here's a list of emails, let's import these and start mailing to them. It's not about that. We've built lists that are actually targeted to your type of offers, and it's warm traffic. So we're sending that warm traffic to you for a cost, and it's helping you build your list, making sales. There is an ROI potential, while your solo ad is happening.
But why is everyone saying we're going to talk about this in a little bit? An experiment that I am planning on doing. Maybe I won't do it. Maybe I will. But when I announced that I was planning on investing in solo ads, people came to me privately and publicly, and they're telling me, Mike, solo ads don't work. Don't waste your money. Spend your money in other places. Facebook ads. Maybe go and pay someone to create a product for you. It's gonna make you more money back than spending money on this junk traffic. Is there any truth to that?
Um, if you are dealing with the right individuals, there is no truth to it being junk. Solo ads have always been a great, great way to build your list, get your product, your OTO offer, your product out there, and make a few sales and grow quickly. Um, there is plenty of truth to solo ads actually working and being a very good, affordable source of warm traffic that will build your list quickly.
Are there buyers on these lists? Because I think to myself, and I've heard this before from people, if I was a solo ad seller and I had a list of all these buyers on my list, why not just send that traffic to JV Zoo offers, Warrior Forum offers, and just make money from there? Why sell solo ads? Like, are there people that are going to pull up their credit card and buy on these lists?
Yes, there are. These lists were built the same way that you, as a customer, are building a list. You've got a squeeze page on the front end, you've got some kind of one time offer on the back end of it as soon as they opt in. And yes, we have buyers on our lists. They're not just solely freebie seekers or anything like that. There are legit buyers. And part of the reason that, we offer this service is because it's something that everybody needs to, I mean, especially when you're first getting started and you've got a brand new list and you're not positively sure how to go about getting a bunch of new subscribers on your list. This is an awesome way to give you a bump with buyers and help you start learning that there is a potential to make sales and do all this list building stuff and it being profitable and something that is legit.
I also hear horror stories of these people. Like if you think about it, the person that's on one of these lists, that on a solo ad list, they're probably getting emailed more. I would imagine they're getting more emails than the average person per day. They're on a lot of lists. They're getting a lot of just messages bombarding them all the time. With more messages in the inbox, the likelihood that they're actually going to open one of these messages in the future, maybe if you send a solo ad out and then they get on my list, and then the next day they're getting my email, they're getting your mail, and then you send out a solo ad, and then the next day they're on more and more and more. These open rates, do they suffer? And if they do, how can I make it so that my emails get open?
Really, it's a good solo ad seller will, make sure that they don't hammer their list. Our lists are our most valuable asset. So, just the same as a regular list builder who doesn't sell solo ads, a solo ad seller still monitors, how much they mail, how often they mail, and we still have a relationship with those people. We've built a relationship with them. They like us and they like the fact that we're recommending this specific product to them. They're like, oh, okay, well, if Andrea likes this, then maybe I should check it out. Maybe there's a good reason that I should look at it. There's always ways to keep it so that everybody is getting the open rates that they want and all that good stuff. It's your relationship with your list after you get them on your list. If you start following up with them and, sending them good content and things of that nature, you just don't start hammering a bunch of affiliate offers to them like, here, buy, 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 buy. They will respond to you because ultimately the people on our lists are looking for that answer. And if you establish a relationship with them, they're going to continue to follow you because they like, this guy knows what he's talking about. So I want to listen to everything he's got. Yes, they do sign up, they get on a lot of lists. But depending on how each individual treats their list will depend on how people decide to stay with them.
And I feel like there's a misperception of the fact that like a person on a solo ad list is different than a person that comes from Facebook. They're people, they're online, they're actually maybe even more suited for your offer. Especially, I mean, in general, when we talk about solo ads, we're talking about the internet marketing niche. I mean, there are other solo ad lists out there, but in general, I believe it's IM that we're talking about here. But
Yeah.
these people are looking for a solution. They're, like you said, they're looking for a way to make money online. If you're able to make yourself stand out, then you're going to be the one that they listen to and that they buy from. I've seen people go out there and launch a product and create that buyer's list, the list of people that have taken out their credit card, have bought something, and then they try to market to them. And if they're bad marketers, it's easier to make money from those lists, but a good marketer is going to make a lot more money than a bad marketer. And I feel like with solo ads, you kind of need to be a better marketer to make money from them. And I see selling solo ads is one of those things that I see a lot of people get into, especially when they're not making any money. They're like, okay, I don't need to worry about having these people buy anything. I don't need to worry about them pulling out their credit card. I just need to get them to have clicks. People go out there and they start doing that, and they start selling these clicks to people. Do you think it's better to take this traffic and to resell it for solo ads, or can you take this traffic and then use it, for example, in my business to send people to affiliate offers?
Oh, you can definitely. I mean, you could resell the traffic, the solo ad traffic, if that's what your goal is, yeah, you could do that. But the potential, considering they came in through a legit funnel
Hmm.
and they were built that way and taught that way, that, we're going to learn internet marketing or whatever the case may be, you want to continue on doing that. And there is plenty of potential. I mean, a lot of guys, a lot of big marketers use solo ads to get a little boost, to promote their own products, to promote other JV products. And it's really, just how you take care of them if the potential is there to make a sale afterwards. But there's really, it's not uber complicated to, just be good to your list. You treat your list like you would expect to be treated, and you can do affiliate sales to them all the time.
In March of this year, of 2015, I announced on my income report that I was interested in trying solo ads out again. I've bought solo ads in the past, but I kind of dropped off from doing it and started doing some other things. I am interested in doing it because I see it as an unlimited potential traffic source where I can go out there and I can get a lot of people to see whatever offers I have, a lot of people into my world in a short amount of time with a minimal investment. Now, $10,000 definitely not a minimal
Right.
investment, but if I can spend $10,000 and make $10,000 back within a relatively short amount of time, then I'll do it all day long because I'll get those subscribers on my list. For all of you watching, if you want to take a look at this, it's my March income report. If you scroll down the page, you'll see it says the $10,000 solo ad experiment. I'll put a link there for everyone as well. What do you think about this, Andrea? I showed you this before the interview. My numbers here, going out there, buying here it is. Spend $10,000 on traffic, with an average of around 40 cents per click. That's I don't know what the numbers are now, but that's one of those numbers. 40 to 50 to 60 cents per click is what I see out there. From spending $10,000, I get 25,000 clicks to my squeeze page. If my squeeze page converts at 50%, so 50% of those 25,000 clicks signs up, that means I'll have 12,500 new subscribers on my list. And then I have, if X amount of people buy my front end offer and my upsells and blah, blah, blah. What do you think of this kind of strategy here? Am I in the right direction? Would something like this work? Help me out.
I definitely, I know a lot of guys over my years of people dealing with solo ads have laid out a strategy like this and worked out this whole equation. And with the right solo seller, this is very feasible. Opt-in rates generally can be anywhere nowadays. Back in the day, they used to be a solid 50-60%. Nowadays, we're looking at anywhere between 30 and 50%.
Okay.
So your personal numbers would have to be adjusted just a little bit. But other than that, I mean, this is totally feasible. I mean, there's guys who do this all the time. And actually, this is the best way to go about it. If you've got your funnel laid out, you know what your funnel does, you know what your funnel converts at, you can do this kind of math and see if you're going to make positive numbers, out of your solo ad spend, and if it's worth it for you to actually invest in solos. But with the right solo sellers, yes, that is all possible.
I'm currently getting from my email list about per subscriber. I make around $2.50 per month per subscriber. Now I know that number is going to be a lot less with solo ads, just because of the fact that these lists are more saturated. It's going to be harder to get people to open up my messages. It's going to be harder for them to click and harder for them to buy. What do you think with people that are not selling solo ads, people that are using these subscribers, sending these subscribers to offers? Do you have any numbers on that? Do you have any experience as far as how much they're worth per month per subscriber?
I don't. So many people buy solo ads for so many different offers. I mean, just depending on how well the offer matches up with the list that we're taking it to and how you interact with those people. I mean, I've seen people in my history, I've had guys come back to me like, dude, I got a 250% ROI off of your solo ad. These subscribers are great. I've had other guys that were like, well, I made three solos or three sales. So, I'm happy, but, it's not, of course, anything dramatic,
Mhm.
but it just really, really varies on how much time you want to take continuing to take care of your subscriber. If they start out at $1 per subscriber, you, as the marketer that you are, can, if you're taking the time to build the relationship and talk to these people, it's on you that you can build these people to be worth more per subscriber than what I give them to you at. So, I mean, they're worth something when they get on your list, but you can increase that value yourself with how you're interacting.
And I think it's the same with any kind of subscriber, not just coming from solo ads. One person getting a subscriber from a product launch, they might make $1 a subscriber. Another person might make $10 per
Right.
subscriber from that, depending upon the relationship they build with their list, the kind of marketing they do with them. But I
Mm.
guess my main concern out of all of this is that, kind of bringing back before, is that I see a lot of people that kind of incestual buy solo ads, sell solo ads kind of mentality, and just that whole fact that the warnings that I hear people talking about. I was just talking with who did I interview the other day? I was talking with Walt Bayless, and Walt Bayless, you probably know who he is. He was
Yeah.
telling me that he had bought a bunch of solo ads. He bought $5,000 worth of solos. He made $1,000 back, and he wasn't so excited about it. But I think what it comes down to, and you mentioned this being different than going out there and buying from Facebook or buying from AdWords. The source, when you say solo ads, it's almost like if I buy from you and I buy from some guy that's scamming, and I don't know what's happening, I might get some decent traffic from you, but I get crappy traffic from this other guy, and then my numbers get all screwed up, and I say solo ads suck. You get what I
Hmm.
mean here? I
Oh
don't
yeah.
say it's almost like we need to separate it down into, okay, do solo ads suck, or does this random guy who's just trying to scam people, his solo ads suck? Like, we can say that, but maybe yours are decent, and you actually have people that are buying. You have a relationship with them, and I'm going to get a return on investment. But this other guy's numbers are skewing everything there. Does that make sense?
Oh yes, it so does. And that's part of where the problem has come from is that as solo ads started to become more popular over the years, um, nobody really ever educated anybody on the exact way that you should protect yourself and work to make sure you know what's happening in your funnel during the solo ad process. They were just kind of like, here's a whole bunch of people you can go buy a solo from, go buy it up. So that problem with your guy who's got the crap one and the good one, if you have your proper tracking in place, the link you send me is tracking. You can see how many clicks that I'm giving you.
Mm-hmm.
You've got conversion set up in place, conversion tracking pixels and stuff like that, all in place so that you can say, okay, she sent me 100 clicks and I got 40 new subscribers and I made three sales because you have all your tracking in place for my solo. And then you got the crappy guy and you can see exactly what he sent you, 100 clicks, three opt ins, and no sales. If you have everything set up in place, then you will be able to properly weed out who the good people are and who the bad people are to continue buying. And that's one of the important things that people aren't doing. They come to me to buy a solo and they just give me a plain old link, google.com. They have no tracking on it, no kind of pixels or anything. And then they're like, well, my autoresponder says I got 45 subs from your 100 clicks, but I don't know if they came from you or this other place or any of that stuff. So it's like, they're like, I don't know if this really worked or not. Well, it's because you should have tracked all this. And you know, I try to tell people, but they just want the traffic, and
I,
that's all I think about.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I think you bring up a good point there, and it's that they say I don't know whether this really worked or not, and I
Hmm.
think for a soul, I think different people have different expectations when it comes to this type of traffic. And for it to work for one person might mean that they get a 50% opt-in rate. And that means
Right.
it worked for them. They didn't make any sales, but that worked for them. They got their subscribers. Another person, they got 25 subscribers, but they got 3 sales and they made back the money that they invested. That worked for them, and they're
Right.
happy with their sale. The other person, they they joined some pyramid scheme, like multi-level marketing thing, and
Uh-huh.
they're sending traffic to one of these programs, and they're expecting that they're going to get all these different signups. No one's signing up, and they just sent to their that page. They don't know how many people are opting in. They don't really have a business set up.
Yeah.
They think they just need traffic.
Right.
It's like if I can get traffic, I can make money. Well, that's you need traffic to make money. But
Right.
if you don't have a store, if you don't have a place to send that to, if you don't have something where you can monetize that and make money from it, it doesn't matter how much traffic you're getting there. And if you can have, and you mentioned before, the guys that are doing this, I think they have their stuff together there with it. Is they've got their funnel set up, they're able to tweak things. They're able to test things and to go, okay, well, this didn't work. I'll change this. Oh, this didn't work. I'll change this. They're monitoring their numbers, and that's how they're able to figure out how things work. But I hear all the time, Andrea, people saying Facebook ads don't work, AdWords ads don't work, this doesn't work, that doesn't work, when maybe they don't work. Maybe the people that are saying this, they don't understand it.
And that's part of the whole entire issue. And that's why solo ads have gotten a really bad rep because like I said, nobody properly taught anybody how to buy a solo.
No.
Nobody said make sure you have a good converting funnel, make sure you have all your tracking in place so you can watch exactly what's happening and tweak if necessary. And they don't do it. It's the same with Facebook. You know, people have no clue. They just think they can go in there, throw in some information and hit send, and then they're paying like a ridiculous amount of money for traffic, and then they don't get anything back from it. And they're like, well, Facebook stinks, you know? And that's not the case. You didn't use it right.
Exactly, exactly. No, it's an important point there, and this brings us to a good transition here to the product that I brought you on the show to talk about today. It's called Solo Ad Hit List, my private Rolodex of premium solo ad providers. Don't get scammed by shady solo ad sellers ever again. Tell us. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory, but tell us what this is all about.
This is about the fact that I've been in this business, at least selling solo ads, for 4 years. I know a lot of these guys that have been selling solos as long as I have, and I know their values. And in the solo ad world, in the game, you don't stay around for 4 years unless you're doing something right.
Yeah.
I know what to look for. I know how to, you know, make sure a guy's treating me, or guy or gal is treating me good as far as, you know, my solo ad service. Are they treating me good with customer service? Are they delivering what I ask for? Are they helping me if I have a question? These guys on this list, and it's not huge, but there's a good amount on this list. And it's because those are the ones that I personally trust with my business. And I think that's very important because I know these guys will take care of you. They are not going to rip you off. They are not just going to be like, okay, just send me your money and I'll get it going. You know, they actually take the time out to work with you, look at your squeeze page, make sure that you're not blowing your money, you know, on a really bad page where they can help you tweak it and things of that nature. These guys are the trusted few that I know will not rip people off and will take care of you.
I think the difference is between a solo ad seller and between someone who's a solo ad seller and someone who has a solo ad business. If you have a real business, you are actually trying to help people. You want them to buy from you and then to
Mhm.
come back to you with any kind of service industry. I've done stuff online where I started out, it was slow in the beginning, but then because I did a good job at it, people would come back to me over and over again, and because of those repeat customers, it became a lot easier. I didn't have to keep on finding new people over and
Right.
over and over again. So these people want you to come back. They don't want to send you to give you crappy traffic and then have you never want to buy from them again. If they do their job right, they send you what you want, the service that you want, which is good traffic, and then you're
Right.
going to come back to them over and over again. What about, you say this list is small. Are we talking 10, 20? Like how many people are on this list?
We're looking at 26 as of right now.
Okay.
And that it's you see some of these Rolodexes that have been released in the past, and there's literally hundreds of sellers on them. And it's just because they're like, oh, this guy's a seller, this guy's a seller, here's his information, and that's not what's going on here. The 26 people, give or take one or two, will be these are the guys. These are the guys that will deliver your traffic. They will do the best they can to work with you. And you're not going to have issues and you're not going to be running out scammer, scammer, and all the kind of crazy nonsense that happens. They will work with you. They will educate you. They will help you. And that's what, the whole part of this product is about, because also on the front end, I am including a little video walkthrough thing. We've got some checklists to make sure that you're properly prepared on your end to have everything you need for your solo ad, and why solo ads aren't that scary if you know what you're doing. Because they're not. If you know what to look for, you can see the warning signs. If you go outside of my private list, you know, you can kind of learn and grow yourself as to why solo ads aren't scary. And they're actually like a hidden treasure because it's warm traffic that's getting delivered to your offers. It's not tweaking keywords and all this kind of stuff like you have to do with Facebook. It's warm traffic that's looking for what you have to offer. It's an amazing resource. And that's why I want to educate on the good ways to do it, the ways to go about it, the way to optimize your solo ad and provide you the traffic providers that I would highly recommend. And I am not going to recommend anybody who's not going to deliver you the best service, because I don't want my name like to go and
Yeah, because you
so
have a real business. I mean, you have a
yes.
reputation. You've got on your sales page for the product. You've got Dr. Ben Atkins vouching for you here. You've got Bill Hugo vouching for you. Probably you're gonna have me vouching for you there. It's you've got people that trust you in this business, and if you blow that trust, if you do
Oh yeah.
something and you only get one chance at this,
You do in this
and
business.
people don't forget. If they find out that you've gone out there and you're sending bot traffic, or you're trying to cheat the system, you lose their trust. And I mean, this is a with any business out there, not even an online business, with anything, with relationships. If you
Mhm.
don't have trust, you don't have anything at all. And with money, people want to trust the people that they're giving their money to. One thing I want to ask is, with these people, we've got this list of 26. When going out and buying solo ads, I know a lot of times when testing, when you don't know who a person is, you go up there and maybe things I've heard, you buy 100 clicks or you buy 200 clicks, and you test out the traffic just to make sure that that person isn't sending complete garbage to you.
Right.
Once you know that a person is sending good traffic, can you buy 500, 1,000, 5,000? Is there a limit to the amount of clicks? Like, if I wanted to come to you, Andrea, and buy from you, you have a 400,000 subscriber email list. What's the maximum that you can sell to people that they want from you? Like, is there a maximum?
On my sales page, the maximum package I have is 50,000
Okay.
clicks available. Everybody's different, because of the size of their list and, how often they mail and how they pamper their lists. So everybody's different. But yeah, I mean, scaling up is always a thing. Some guys even have like a monthly subscription where, you can pay monthly and, every month you get so many clicks to have sent whenever you want. There's lots of options on how, the clicks can go and the clicks can work. So yeah, there's once you get your test in and you feel comfortable, your funnel's converting well, the solar seller did his part, then, go ahead and scale because if you're making money and you're building your list, I mean, it's a win-win.
So inside this product, we've touched on it. I just want to make sure that we are clear. We've got obviously the list of the solo ad sellers. We've got the buyer's checklist to go through anytime you buy a solo ad from people. We've got solo ads 101, so we can understand more about what solo ads are and how the whole business works. Autoresponders for newbies. Okay, I want to pick this up a little bit. What kind of autoresponders? What is this about, and what kind of autoresponders do you recommend for people to use alongside with solo ads? We don't want to get in trouble with autoresponder companies.
Definitely. Now, if you're in the IM niche, and that's particularly what we're on, although there are solo ads available for weight loss and survival and all other kinds of niches. But for IM, you really want to stick with Aweber and Get Response.
Okay.
And anytime you go to open a new autoresponder account, because there's really, I didn't even know this till like a year ago, that there's like way more autoresponders than just Aweber and Get Response. But your best bet is to always look through their terms of service and see what they accept and what they don't accept. Because a lot of them will not accept anything that's related to a make money online or work from home type thing. They won't take it. So Aweber and Get Response are your safest places to be.
Cool, cool. And let's see here, anything else? Okay, that's pretty much it on the sales page here. You've also got some more email marketing training to get those emails actually opened after
Yes.
they buy the offer on the sales page here. What kind of one-time offers should people expect?
We are looking at your first OTO is basically, I'm going to show you all the ways that you can monetize your solo ad spend and get the most money back out of your solo ad so that, you're building your list and getting money back to reinvest. So that's huge. There's lots and lots of ways to do that. And a lot of people aren't utilizing that. So it really helps to be able to bring your money back. And I'm going to show you. Plus, I'm going to have a video that also goes over the most frequently asked questions and a more in-depth on why solo ads will work for you if you optimize them properly. Plus, we have two bonuses. We'll be giving away our Underground Email Kingpin to help you learn and grow and build your list, with proper email marketing strategies. And Solo Ad Arbitrage 2 is also a bonus in there.
Oh, that's the one that I interviewed you about last time, right?
Yes.
Cool, cool. Okay, so that's going to be included in the upsell. So that's not in the front end offer there. That's going to be included in the one-time offer. And I see here there's different methods of making money back. We talked about having a sales funnel, but not everyone has a sales funnel set up. So are these things other than that? Like if you don't have all that kind of technical stuff set up, are these ways that you can make your money back?
Yeah, I mean, it's basically all included in the funnel. Somebody once told me a long time ago, as long as you have that click, keep them going. As long as they'll go, to optimize that click because once you have them in your funnel, they're feeling excited, they're engaging, they're learning something new. So you want to keep them in there as long as you can. So these are some things that you can do to help optimize, not necessarily where people are buying anything or anything like that, but it will help you regain your ROI throughout the funnel so that you can start, you can make a better ROI on the solo ad altogether.
Keep them clicking.
Yes, keep them clicking.
You also have I think another one-time offer here. Tell us
Yes, I
about
do.
that.
This one is, there's a few things in this one. I have set up a very personal solo ad room on Facebook. It is not like all the other ones that are out there. This one is completely ran and controlled by me. All of my featured sellers will be in there. It'll be a safe place for the customers all to come in, chat, and talk about what's going on with their solos, help, advice, things of that nature. We're also going to have a live Q&A training webinar. So we're all going to be able to get online. You're going to be able to ask me whatever you want, go over everything that we need. Plus, we have a secret traffic tsunami. So, just more secret traffic tips and things like that, and instant list profits. Those two things are also in there for you to maximize more of the list building and the solo ads and the traffic all together because they all kind of they have to be together.
And I like that you're in that group with those people. You're kind of, I feel like you're kind of the mother hen looking over everyone and watching over your subscribers and kind of making sure that everyone plays nicely together.
And that's what
And
I want.
yeah, cool.
That's what I want. That's what I'm most concerned about. There's all those solo ad rooms on Facebook and everybody's just flopping their ads in there and all that. It's going to be more of like, this is our lounge. We're chilling, we're sitting on the couch, we're having a few drinks and we're talking about what's going on and what's working. Buying and selling will happen in there, but for the most part, it's not just going to be a spam fest and everybody's like, "Oh, I've got this amazing click offer," and you don't know who the dude is. This is a very controlled room by me, and pretty much you're not getting in that door without me letting you in. So I'm totally bodyguarding this. This is, a safe zone for solo ads.
And I'm hopefully gonna be in there as well,
Yes.
taking a look and making sure things are going well, and making sure that I'm actually interested in checking out these solo ad providers as well, and I'll be testing out these people first, Andrea, with my first solo ad buys. But again, thank you so much for coming on the show today. Is there anything else, anything we missed, anything you wanted to mention before we wrap it up?
I think that I would like to mention that as far as solo ad goes, and as anything goes on the internet, you're always, always, always going to hear the negative and the positive. Any reviews you read, you get a little bit of both, and you kind of have to make your own judgment. But at the same time, always test and see and inquire and ask tons of questions because that's what we're here for. We're trying to help you get to the space that you want to be in. So I think as long as you ask questions and you go forth with what your gut tells you to do, you're going in the right direction to keep yourself safe and informed.
Again, thank you for coming on, and best of luck with your launch.
Thank you.